Alright, I am back. This is a updated video of all the remotes and crap that I've collected over the years. We're going to start in the back, going left to right, back to front. Start, I have the Sears receiver, and I'll open up some of these boxes at the end. This is the universal external receiver kit. It was supposed to have a remote, but it's gone. It wasn't in there, but the receiver's still there, and it's all brand new. I have the Sears sensor kit. This is the sensors for the silver Sears operators and the 664053 that I got. Next, I have the Sears keypad, which is for the 664053. I have the LiftMaster 78 EV. And I'll open it at the end, but it's essentially just a white-cased 882 LM. I have another Sears sensor kit here. You can see they have red LEDs. This is a direct replacement for that kit. I have Genie AT10s. Yeah, I get the holster off of it. I have 4 of them. This one didn't have a box. It was wrapped in plastic. Just was wrapped in plastic. But the other 3 have boxes. Focus. There you go. If I'm reading that right, these were made in '58. So it's Manufacturer Co. Say Lance Genie. And that's that. I have a brand new old stock 850 CB. Made in October '96. I have a Permapower radio kit. This is the kit you would have got back in the 50s. Was it 50s or 60s? Might have been 60s. It's a universal radio kit. You can hook this up to any door opener. I can use it current day if I really wanted to. Instead, I'll open the boxes at the end. I have a new old stock 950 CB. This is the Security Plus. A December of '99. Coming back over, I have Sears receivers, wall receiver combos. The digital control that I've had for quite a while. I have an analog control, which I got with a Sears operator that you haven't seen yet. I still have these 2. This is a spare for the 663902 and 663953. I had this one for a while. The receiver is dead. The receiver in this actually worked originally. I don't have a remote for it, but it got killed when I hooked it up to the old green Sears. Yeah, don't hook these up to those. They don't like it. I have the clicky remotes. There's the Sears digital control that goes with that one. I have an Electrolift code command. This is the analog Sears remote. It's supposed to be matching with that, but they're both on different frequencies, so I have to tune this to make it work. I still have my LiftMaster remotes. I have a 99 LM, 61 LM. There's another 61 LM over here. I have the Security Plus Craftsman remotes that came with that Craftsman that I got from my uncle a while back. I have the Security linear remote. Operates on 303.875 model D-22B. It's one of the variations of the 2-button remote. Made in '85. And I actually got this brand new from eBay. It was also the cheapest one I could find, so go figure. I have a 54 LM. This is another Sears remote. It is also brand new. I had to take it out to get the battery out because the batteries were dead. 53707. It has the 12 switches. It will code to the Security Plus external receiver that I have over here. I have a Chamberlain button. This is from the UK. If anybody remembers the UK Chamberlain that I shot off, this is an optional accessory for that operator. And I have actually another one right here. Interesting thing with these wall buttons. Yeah, the UK Chamberlain, it's MyQ, but this is just the short to operate button. It doesn't work with our MyQ. It doesn't work with our MyQ operators, but it works with everything before that. So I could more than certainly hook that button up to a 1280, 3280, 1060, whatever, and it'll work just fine. I have the 4-wire Chamberlain console I bought a while back. I have the Sears button. I have code red. This is security, essentially security plus from Linear. It's rolling code. Before Chamberlain bought them and destroyed and ruined that. Coming back over, I have a brand new 64 LM, a brand new 96 LM, a brand new 811 LM. These are the current day Security Plus 2 remotes. They are 12-dip switch binary for the commercial operators. They don't program to residential operators. I have an 81 LM, the solid-state Sears remote. I think I have I have another one down here. The silver Sears remote. I have 2 of these Chamberlain remotes. There's the other one. I've been told that these are a little bit more rare because the more common ones have the LEDs and the 2 that I have do not. I have another 96 LM used one. I have 3 of the 433 megahertz remotes. These are Security Plus, but they operate on 433 megahertz. And again, with the other 61 LM, the 1890s that are brand new that go to my GS940 track drive. I have the linear keychain remote for the Delta receiver. I should take the batteries out of these things, but some of them have batteries, some of them don't. I have a Franz keychain remote. Basically, it's a 64 LM made in '92. What this is was Chamberlain made a line of what I understand to be DIY operators for this company back in the early 90s. I also have its Craftsman equivalent. I have the 890 Max, the programmable keychain remote. Okay, these 2 keychain remotes are the original remotes from the UK Chamberlain. Since they don't give you a visor remote over there. He has blue LED. They operate on 868 megahertz. They are compatible with our MyQ operators, but it doesn't work the other way around. I can't program an 893 LM to my UK Chamberlain. Go figure. I have the Craftsman Die-Hard keychain remote Security Plus, made in December of '99. What this is was Sears, the Die-Hard car batteries. They made a receiver so that you can actually turn off the battery if you were to go away on vacation, leave it parked at like an airport or such. And the receiver was made by Chamberlain. This will program to any Craftsman, Chamberlain, LiftMaster operator on 390 megahertz Security Plus. And I understand that these are not so easy to find. And there is no visor version of this. This is it. There's the model. You can go ahead and search that out. I tried searching that and I can't find anything about it. But if you got something or know something, feel free to leave it in the comments. Or a link to whatever. You might have to go to that. The Security Plus Craftsman console. It's not the original to the Craftsman I got from my uncle. That wall panel is actually still over there. It's connected to a Chamberlain now. This is one I bought several years ago, just because. I have the 398 LM, the smart panel. Where is it? I also have the Chamberlain equivalent. I was looking for it. I have the basic Mike's favorite button. Again, with the other UK optional wall control. I have the button from the HD220 and the 883 LM. Here I have, this is the matching receiver that I got for the security remote. This is the 2-channel D-2R. It mounts like this. The antenna comes out the top, It actually the wires are colored, and it tells you what wire does what for each channel. So you got 6 wires. Oh yeah, the electrical tape is because when I split the wires, I kind of nicked it, so I just kind of crappily taped it up. I don't remember if I showed this in a video, but I was using this in the shed for a period of time before the 850 receiver, the commercial LiftMaster receiver, replaced it. The 8360 is back in the garage, and that receiver doesn't work with that operator. So the 850 went there, and later on I intend to build a custom open door indicator with this. So your 6 wires are for channels 1 and 2. They are color coded. And then the white wires hook up to 12 to 24 volts DC or 12 to 16 volts AC. One is like tin and the other one is copper. I don't remember if it's polarity sensitive, but I want to say it is. I'd have to look at the owner's manual for that. I have the Delta 3 radio control, the LiftMaster Security Plus, and the 315 Chamberlain receiver. Keypads. I have the Security Plus Craftsman keypad. This goes again to the Craftsman that I got from my uncle a couple years ago. I have a 67 LM. If I can get it open. Looks just like a 66, but it's Security Plus, and there's a list of options that you can actually perform from the keypad. This is the 377 LM, the 315 keypad. Yes, I actually took this off. I think they're actually still attached to the top section of the door in the garage. I haven't checked to see if it's actually still there or not, but I think it is. I have the 976 LM. Yeah, 976 LM. The newer style Security Plus 390 keypad. Which actually still has a battery in it. That actually works. These came with some LiftMaster. This one came with 2 LiftMaster operators that you haven't seen yet. I have the 2 Craftsman, basically 66 LMs, the 53776 keypads. And then I have the linear keypad that goes with the Delta receiver. I did have a 66 LM keypad, but that keypad was absolutely completely dead. The control board was completely shot in it, so that went bye-bye. It wasn't really even worth keeping around just for collection. These are the same anyway, so I figured no major loss. Oh crap, I don't remember where I was over here. Probably about here or something. I have the multi-code. I actually have 2 of these. Here's the other one. These are the really old multi-codes. I don't have a receiver for them right now. It's something I have to remedy later. This one was made in 86. This one was made in, I think, 87. The label is so destroyed it's hard to make it out, but I think it was made in 87. I have the Silver Series remote. I think I have another one somewhere else here. Maybe. Oh yeah, it was up there. I just showed you that. This is the 92 LM. The smooth button programs the Security Plus, and then the ribbed button can essentially clone a billion code or a dip switch remote. I have another 893 LM, the other Chamberlain remote, 2 950 CDs. These are the original remotes that came with my screwdriver. I have the 53779. This is the billion code remote. You can see the green LED. No label, it's gone. Takes the 9-volt battery. I have a 53 LM, which I'd swear, it was listed as used, but I'd swear this was brand new. Every button clip's perfect, and the visor clip is unstretched at all. Most majority of the visor clips are in the drawer over there. I took them out so these would store easier, but this remote is just absolutely perfect. It was probably like one of those, they just used it for whatever and then just forgot about it. I have a 371 LM. And again with the other multi-code, the Delta remote, the channel remote that went to the, that goes to the HD220 that I got from Home Depot about a year ago. I have the 953 CD. This goes to the PD610D that I have. It's seen a lot of use in the short period of time that I've used it. I haven't used that opener in quite some time. I have overhead door, and the one that went to touch and go, and then the one that's just branded for overhead door. This one has the LED in it. You can see it's in the top left there. This one doesn't have the LED. This one has the little thing that goes when you push the button. There is no battery in it. Otherwise, I'd show you. Both of those are dip switch on 360 megahertz. I got the Chamberlain soft glow panel that goes to the PD610D, and then I have two more LiftMaster soft glow panels that again go to some LiftMaster operators that you haven't seen yet. I have the Chamberlain, actually I don't even know what model this is, but it's essentially the 78LM in the Chamberlain case. I think this one just had a part number, it didn't actually have a model. I think the soft glow panel was actually a 945 CB, and that this one was just some, I think it was just a part number or something. I could be wrong, but it's basically a 78LM. I have 57 and 58 LMs. This one's the 58. This is the 57. And you know it's a 57 because when you push the button, the main LED actually goes out while you're holding the button down. I have the Chamberlain wireless panel that goes to the UK Chamberlain that I have. This is the original wall button. Keep in mind the two wired buttons that I bought extra were only accessories. That opener never came with a wired button. It's not required over there that they supply wired buttons with their operators like it is in the US. And then I have the four-wire Craftsman console. It came with my 53513, if I remember correctly. It's basically the same as that four-wire Chamberlain panel. Just says here's Craftsman. And what happens here was, the reason this is gone is really this was poor design from Sears. The way that this sticker is, and you can kind of see it happening here, I don't really know what this is. I don't know if it's just like a plastic sticker or what it is, but it wasn't something that was really designed to be pressed. And what happens over time is you use it so much that the plastic bit just breaks off. See, kind of like it is here. It just kind of breaks off from being used so much. That's why all this is gone, because this is the work light. And you can see the Vacation wasn't used much, but it's starting to actually break there. The plastic decorative piece. So that's what happens with that. One of the two silver remotes is actually the original to that operator as well. I don't remember which one, because I had bought one separately from Amazon. Alright, I'd said I'd unbox the various boxes. Let's start with the universal receiver. Mounting hardware, extra bell wire, which isn't colored, because universal, it doesn't matter how you hook it up, it's going to work either way. Okay, this is the external receiver, and if you take this cover off, there are dip switches under here, and terminals A and B just wire up to your operator. It's not polarity sensitive, it doesn't matter. The other screw there just holds the board in place. The wire is permanently fed in and comes from the transformer, which I assume you would take the center screw out for the outlet and affix this permanently so that it can never come unplugged. So I imagine if this falls from enough height, you'd probably damage that wire coming out of there. This does use the long external antenna. And there's your antenna port. It was supposed to have a remote, but somebody obviously took it for their own use, so I don't have that. And then down in here there is the little instruction book with other optional accessories. The little sticker felt is from that. It just wore off. And then under that is yet another accessory catalog. Put this back real quick. Grab out the next one. Sensor kit. Alright, these are the sensors. They go to the old silver units. The silver units, the wood grain units that would actually accept them, and even some of the units from the very, very early 90s would actually work with this. You can see just how big the brackets are. This is the sending eye. It has yellow and green, which is what these wires are for. They come out of the receiving eye. It has a red LED on it. And then the black and white wire goes up to the operator. See, I have one here. Here is a current LiftMaster eye. Yeah, it's going to fall over anyway. Come on. Yeah. The old sensors, I wasn't in the light, the old sensors are freaking huge as compared to what they give you now. And the brackets are huge too. Yeah. You can really see just how big the old sensors were. And that was the direct replacement kit for this one. This is just the next one that's probably never going to be hooked up again, just because it's cut. I'll deal with boxing that up correctly later, because that is a lot of wires to mess with. Alright, the Sears keypad. This is what I believe to be their first take at a keypad ever. I don't know if they've attempted to make keypads prior to the 80s or not. If they did, it's got to be something incredibly rare. I would assume those operators came with key switches. Both my wood grain operators came with key switches, so I really probably wouldn't even attempt to use this anyway. But it's still something rare and nice to have. And the reason I won't use this is that is a lot of wires. There is one wire for every button on this keypad. At least one wire for every button. Actually, I'd say one wire for every button, exactly. And the way this works, actually, it has diagrams in the manual here. Actually, right on the back. What you do is you unscrew the two screws there, take the cover off, and this is what's inside. Yeah, you can see it's just a lot of wires to plug in. Yeah, come on, focus. The way you set your code is you pick 4 wires and plug them into those 4 terminals. And if you want to repeat, say I wanted to repeat the number 5, I would have to take jumper. I would have to take one of the if 5 was the last digit, was the last 2 digits, and I wanted to repeat that, I'd have to move jumpers 3 and 4 to allow me to do that. And terminals 1 and 2 wire up to your operator. I don't remember what terminal 3 was for, but that's how that worked. There was quite a lot involved with actually setting one of these up. But once it was set up, it was something that you should never have to mess with again, unless you wanted to change the code. And it even comes with a mounting template. And there you go. If you really think about it, it's a smaller version of this. Shorter and fatter. Here, I'll actually show you this one. You can see that it's actually white. There you go. That's all. That's the only difference between this one and the 882 is the white case. It's the same amber LED. Everything. Same control board. They just give it a different model number. And the last one, the PermaPower radios. This thing is heavy and massive. Let's quickly show you this. Take some of this stuff out. There's actually quite a bit of parts to one of these things. Out. That's it. And drag it. I just left the mounting hardware in the box. Okay, this, we'll start with the receiver. This is the receiver part. Plugs into regular 110 outlet. And then you also have your 2 wires that connect to the opener. This is protected with a fuse. I have no idea what the knob is actually for. There's no instructions in the box. Have no idea what happened to them. I never got any. There was never any in the box when I got this. And this is for the antenna, which is this ridiculously long antenna. You should get really good range out of that. This is all tube style. This is tube style radios. And here's the transmitter. This is what goes in the car under the dash. You can see just how big it is. It's the same size as the receiver. Can you imagine having just sticking a visor clip on this and putting this on your visor? The visor wouldn't be there very long. And there's actually mounting screws for it to be mounted in the car. Okay, the way you hook this up. This wire, which is stranded, it's red and green. This end plugs onto this. And they are actually different sizes, so it's kind of like a don't plug it in backwards, even though the button is not in any way polarity sensitive. This is the button that you mount somewhere else in the car. It has a whole bracket assembly for mounting. I have no idea what this bracket is actually for. This is maybe for mounting the receiver or the transmitter. I really don't know. Essentially, this plugs onto this. I get it on. And then you wire this up to your push button. And actually, I'm going to pull the top off. Maybe. There we go. Is this the right side? Yeah. And I think I'm missing parts to this, because this hooks up to your car battery. It looks like something's supposed to plug into this port here, but I don't have that part. And inside, there is a selector switch to determine if it's a 12-volt battery or 6-volt battery. Because some cars actually had 6-volt batteries instead of the usual 12 volts. You can see one of the tubes. It is also made by PermaPower, made in the USA. Actually, I think most of these components in here were made by PermaPower. If you just get on eBay and search PermaPower I think they also made TV components. And I've actually seen some boxes branded Chamberlain Permapower that were like tubes and other various TV components. So I think back in the day, Chamberlain also made TV components for a very short period of time. It's all metal. Oh, the other thing I forgot to show you. I have spare control boards. This is a board. This one has the electronic forces in it. It's for the 66395. Yes, 663953. I believe this board will also fit the 664053. The 663953 is the exact same case styling. It's exactly identical to the 663902, with the exception of the electronic force in place of the mechanical one, which means it has the RPM sensor. And then I have two boards for the 663902. This board came out of the 663902 that I already have. I figured since it was a good working operator, I would just strip it down for parts. This is one that I bought off of eBay. Now, I do have a brand new in-the-box 663902, which is why I stripped down the one I already had for parts. This way I'll have every part that operator could ever need, plus an entire extra control board, and one extra receiver. So, there is the update on the remotes collection that I have currently. I'm sure that I'll be adding quite a bit more to this in the future. I don't know when the next update on this will be. Probably not for quite some time. But stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you have one.